इस वीडियो में हम देखेंगे प्लूरल इफ्यूजन की कॉजेस, इन्वेस्टिगेशन एंड मैनेजमेंट एंड फैंटम ट्यूमर आल्सो. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, वी already have done the difference between transudative exudative mechanism or pathology. Now what are the causes of transudative? In transudative में हमारे पास सबसे पहला कॉज आता है कार्डिक फेलियर. कार्डिक फेलियर में क्यों होता है प्लूरल इफ्यूजन? क्योंकि हाइड्रोस्टेटिक प्रेशर इंक्रीज कर देता है. हार्ट अगर फेल है, वो अपना ब्लड जो हार्ट में है उसको सिस्टेमिक सर्कुलेशन में पंप नहीं करेगा, जिसके कारण स्टेसिस हो जाएगी इन द लंग वास्कुलेचर. तो हाइड्रोस्टेटिक प्रेशर इंक्रीज करेगा, जिसके कारण फ्लूइड ऊज आउट हो जाएगा इनटू द प्लूरल कैविटी. सेकेंड कॉज इज हाइपोप्रोटीनीमिया. अब हाइपोप्रोटीनीमिया मीन्स ब्लड वेसल के अंदर प्रोटीन कम है. चाहे ये प्रोटीन बन कम रहा हो, एज इन केस ऑफ सिरहोसिस, द लीवर कैपेसिटी टू प्रोड्यूस प्रोटीन इज नॉट वेल मेंटेन्ड. चाहे प्रोटीन लूज हो रहा हो इन द किडनीज, इन नेफ्रोटिक सिंड्रोम देयर इज लॉस ऑफ प्रोटीन थ्रू द यूरिन. चाहे प्रोटीन बॉडी में इनटेक कम हो, एज इन केस ऑफ सीवियर मालन्यूट्रिशन वेयर देयर इज इनटेक ऑफ प्रोटीन इज वेरी लो. बस हाइपोप्रोटीनीमिया होना चाहिए, तो उससे ऑनकोटिक प्रेशर कम हो जाएगा, वाटर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी कम हो जाएगी, सो फ्लूइड ऊज आउट कर देगा फ्रॉम द ब्लड वेसल्स, जो रिजल्ट करेगा प्लूरल इफ्यूजन. तीसरा रीज़न है पेरिटोनियन डायलिसिस. डायलिसिस के दो पार्ट होते हैं, एक हीमोडायलिसिस एंड पेरिटोनियन डायलिसिस. पेरिटोनियन डायलिसिस में हम करते क्या हैं? हम पेरिटोनियन डायलिसिस में डायलाइसेट फ्लूइड डालते हैं इन द पेरिटोनियल कैविटी. वो फ्लूइड थ्रू द पोर्स इन द डायफ्राम come into the pleural cavity. Then what are the causes of exudative? In exudative, the causes are inflammatory causes due to bacterial infection of lung parenchyma, as in case of pneumonia it results in pleural effusion. Inflammation by the mycobacterium will result in pleural effusion, because these are exudative, increase the permeability of the vessels of pleura, so result in pleural effusion. So connective tissue disorder like SLE, RA cause the same inflammation and increase vascular permeability. Intra-abdominal abscess. So the abscess which is present below the diaphragm can result in abscess or effusion in the pleural cavity through the pores. Now investigations. हम क्या करते हैं जब प्लूरल इफ्यूजन होता है? We aspirate the fluid in the pleura and do some biochemical and physical analysis. On physical appearance, the transudative fluid will appear clear, and exudative, due to inflammation, it has proteins and other things, so it become cloudy, purulent और हेमरेजिक. स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी क्या होगी? स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी ट्रांसुडेटिव में कोई कचरा नहीं है, तो स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी कम है, पर एक्सुडेटिव में प्रोटीन भी आ रहा है, बैक्टीरिया भी है, सेल एपिथेलियम भी है, तो उसके कारण स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी इंक्रीज कर गई. थर्ड इज ग्लूकोज क्वांटिटी. ग्लूकोज क्वांटिटी इन ट्रांसुडेटिव इट इज नॉर्मल, मोर देन 60 मिलीग्राम पर डेसीलीटर, बट इन एक्सुडेटिव it will be less than 60 मिलीग्राम पर डेसीलीटर, बिकॉज बैक्टीरिया ने कंज्यूम कर लिया ग्लूकोज को. Fourth point is the fourth, fifth, sixth point. There are included under the criteria Light's criteria. This is important criteria by which we differentiate transudative and exudative. Fourth point में प्लूरल फ्लूइड में जो प्रोटीन है उसकी रेशो करनी है सीरम प्रोटीन, ये लेस देन 0.5 आएगी, बिकॉज जो प्लूरल फ्लूइड है उसमें प्रोटीन कम है. बट इन एक्सुडेटिव बिकॉज ऑफ इंक्रीज परमेबिलिटी सारा प्रोटीन जो है वो आ चुका है प्लूरल फ्लूइड में. तो प्लूरल फ्लूइड में प्रोटीन की क्वांटिटी ज़्यादा है, इसलिए रेशो इंक्रीज करेगी। सेम रीज़न है कि परमेबिलिटी ज़्यादा है, एलडीएच भी ट्रैवल करके प्लूरल फ्लूइड के अंदर आया है, इसलिए एक्सुडेटिव में ये मोर देन 0.6 है। सिक्स्थ पॉइंट का भी सेम रीज़न है कि एलडीएच लेवल इन प्लूरल फ्लूइड विल बी मोर देन 2/3 of the upper limit which is normally present in the pleural fluid. After that, seventh point is clot formation. Clot formation will be present in exudative. Why clot formation present? Because of high fibrinogen. Fibrinogen कहाँ से आया? Because of increased vascular permeability. सभी प्रोटीन आ रहे थे, उसके साथ फाइब्रिनोजन भी आ गया। Eighth point is leukocyte count. Leukocyte count usually in normal cases also less than 1000 per mm cubic. So in transudative it is less than 1000 mm per cubic. But in the inflammatory pathology, exudative have more than 1000 mm cubic. Depending upon the pathology, there is neutrophilic excess and lymphocytic excess. When there is more than 50% neutrophils, it is due to bacterial pathology, that is pneumonia. If it is because of mycobacterial malignancy or some viral illness, there is the lymphocytic excess. And in transudative, there will be more than 50% lymphocytes plus mesothelial cells. Mesothelial cells are the cells which are normally present in the pleural cavity. Now, the changes seen in transudative exudate are usually bilateral. Why bilateral? Because a systemic pathology is there. Why systemic pathology? In cirrhosis, liver is damaged. In nephrotic, kidney is damaged. So, in all the circulation, protein is less. So, in both the both the pleural cavity, we get the fluid. Not only the single cavity will have the fluid, but the infection, inflammation can result in the unilateral side. So, it will result in unilateral pleural effusion. Now, what are the DDs? The only single important DD of pleural effusion is empyema. What is the meaning of empyema? Empyema means pus in the pleural cavity. Why we are considering it as a differential diagnosis? Because in empyema there is also opacity on the X-ray without air bronchogram. So how we can differentiate? We can differentiate it from the pleural effusion by doing lateral decubitus X-ray chest. In lateral decubitus X-ray chest, what is the position of the patient? Patient is supine, but left lateral position or right lateral position depending upon the side which we are going to see. And here is the patient, here is the X-ray beams, and here is the X-ray film. So you get some idea about the position of the patient. What is the use of this position? The use of this position is that if the opacity is due to pleural effusion, the opacity will gravitate on the dependent part. In this case, the dependent part is now the left lateral position. So in X-ray you can see this is erect X-ray, this is erect X-ray. So and this is pleural white opacity which we are going to differentiate, and this is the lateral decubitus X-ray. This is the left side, this is the right side, and this is also left side. So when we do lateral decubitus view, the fluid which was at this level has now came into this level. How does it occur? It is because of the effect of gravity. The fluid will settle down to the most dependent parts. But in empyema, there is pus. Pus is dense. It will not gravitate on dependent parts. Now, what is the management? First management is treat the underlying cause. We have discussed so many causes. These causes have specific management that we will do in respective sections. Then second is, if breathlessness, when the volume of fluid is very large that it compresses the lung parenchyma, then it will result in breathlessness. So we have to intervene in this situation. How we can do? By intercostal chest tube insertion. Where intercostal chest tube insertion is done, it is done at fifth intercostal space in case of adults, and the tube will drain all the secretions down into the bottle water seal container. And then when to remove the tube? When the fluid outcome from the pleura is less than 150 ml per day. Third, if there is malignant effusion, we have to apply pleurodesis. What is pleurodesis? In this, we induce formation of adhesions in between the layer of pleura by the agents doxycycline and tetracycline. These agents will induce the fibrosis and adhesions between the two layers of pleura. Now we will come to some strange things or facts. It is loculated effusion or phantom tumor or vanishing tumor. What is this? This is the collection of fluid in between the fissure of lungs. We know that lung have many fissures. In right side it has a horizontal oblique fissure, in left side only oblique fissure, which differentiating left upper lobe and left lower lobe. In right side, right upper lobe, right middle lobe, right lower lobe. Horizontal fissure. In the figure you are saying that there is a collection of fluid in the horizontal fissure of right side between the right upper lobe and right middle lobe. On X-ray you are able to appreciate there is a collection of fluid in between the right upper lobe and right middle lobe. So when you give the treatment, you give diuretic therapy, it vanishes because fluid will drain in the lymphatics, or due to diuretic it vanishes through the kidney, so it will disappear. That's why it is called vanishing tumor, because it vanishes after the treatment. And you have noticed in this X-ray one thing, that in this case there is no shift in the trachea position. Why there is no shift in the position of trachea? Because there is loculated means in between the lung lobes. So the force, it will generate force in this direction, force in this direction. This will cancel out and will not result in deviation of trachea to the other side. This is the reason why you are not getting the deviation of trachea or mediastinum. Okay, thank you.